happens, then we try to what? Control it so that it doesn't become an epidemic or endemic, it doesn't spread out. So we play a very important role in quality patient care. If anybody who comes out of the hospital, after surgery, well and going home, you play a role in that. The mother's baby going home. So by your function, you can make somebody well, you can make, increase the quality of life of people, you can make their families and what? Associates also what? Happy. So every successful patient care in the hospital, you guys have played what? A role in that. Okay. And then we're going to review the flow process. Central services department is organized in a certain way. Because our role is in infection prevention and control. The way materials move the department is one way. See, there's a one-way flow of materials through the department. So like, you send all the items coming from the operating room, which is our main customer, coming to our department are considered what? Contaminated, because they've been used on patient care, so they consider dirty or soil, contaminated. So, and the only way to enter our department is through an area called what? The decontamination area. We're going to talk about the functional areas of central service. Okay, so when it enters our decontam, then that's where the cleaning process, we're going to do our cleaning and disinfect, and it's going to go to our prep and pack area where it's going to be checked and packaged into trays. Then it's going to go to the sterilization area where it's going to be sterilized, and then from there it's going to go to storage, and then it's going to go to those who are picking cases. We also pick cases. The surgical procedures for tomorrow have been picked today, and normally it's picked by central service test. There's a list that will tell you that if it's, let's say this is a hip replacement, there's a list that will tell you all the things that they need for that procedure. The trays, remember I told you about the trays, these, and then what? And these. The medical service supplies that you're going to put into the cart and then send it to the operating room. So the flow is from dirty to clean to sterile and back to the user. You cannot go any other direction, because you want to maintain the integrity of the environment. If you send a soil or dirty clay into the clean area, you are what? Contaminating that area. And you giving room for what we call what? Cross what? Contamination. So materials flow through our department in a one-way direction, which we will look at it. All right. Then identify the basic knowledge and skill. To become an effective technician, what are the traits of a successful central service? Not everybody is successful, okay? Okay. Some people are there just because they want the buck, they want the money, they don't care. But we're going to look at some of the basic knowledge and skills that will make one an effective central service tech. Then your job description. What are your responsibilities as a tech? What do you do? We're going to our job description, which is a tool that will tell you the task that you are going to perform as a central service technician. Tell you. And that is what you're going to be judged by. So these are the expectations, these are the tasks, these are the expectations. And we're going to, based upon that, we're going to use that to judge you at the end of your probation or at the end of the year, your evaluation, to determine whether you deserve to be there or you don't deserve to be there. And then it also use that also for compensation purposes. You are paid based on the scope of your what? Responsibility. I mean, you don't expect me to make the same money with tech, because my responsibilities are a lot heavier. Okay. And then we're going to talk about what are some of the basic concerns of a central service personnel. Some of them we've talked about it already. You want to know the nature of the job, you want to know the nature of the profession. Can you go in there, like what you were talking about? What would it lead you? How about compensation? So we'll look at those expectations. And then career growth and professional development. You can grow in this field very fast. It's not, it's not a long career ladder. you know, you start with Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3, some has about Tech 3, and then you have the lead tech, which is like a supervisor, but you are in a union. You can only be a supervisor only when you leave the union. Most people don't want to leave because once you leave union and go to management, you become exposed to fire. They can fire you in a hard minute. I can go to work tomorrow, my boss will tell me he doesn't need me anymore, and I don't have anything to tell them. So in the union will fight for you. You really have to do something a big boo-boo in order to be fired. Otherwise, but if you are not in a union, they can let you go at any time. That's why some people are scared to leave the union. But then you got to leave the union in order to make more money too. So you see how it goes. And those that are started with, some of my colleagues that I started with are still tech. I bet you they know what I'm making now. But there's a lot of risk. People have been fired left and right. There's a lot of pressure. And that's the nature of the business. You don't want to take risks, stay at the CLC level, then you can stay there for a long time. But the only way if you want to grow is to leave the union environment and go into management if you want to grow. And then it comes a risk. The money is good, but it comes a risk. You can be fired at any time. Especially in this outfield, all it takes is just 1 or 2 complaints from OWA. And OWA say we don't want this guy, that's it, you're finished, you're doomed. Okay? We're going to talk about the department organization, basically that's what I just said. You know, and then we'll look at the compensation. It's not a, you know, like in Lincoln, if you're in an agency staff, they're going to start you with $17 an hour. It depends on, the compensation depends on, you know, your educational background, whether you're certified, which you have to certify anyway. You know, what is your experience? So you have the paperwork, what is your experience, the level of experience. It depends on where the geographical location, the type of hospital you work with. Now, for instance, if you work in the city hospital, the city has a lot of benefits around you, but they don't pay that much. Okay, unlike the private hospitals, like hospital for special surgery will give you starting pay around $21 an hour. You know, LIJ, Presbyterian, you know, they'll give you money for their private institutions. So it depends on, first of all, your knowledge, your skill, your experience, you know, and it also depends on, you know, which type of hospital, the geographic location of the hospital. All these factors come into play to determine your company. And then also how you sell yourself. So that's what I said. Like for instance, if I'm making $20 an hour and another hospital wants to hire me, obviously you're not going to give me anything below what? $20. It cannot be the same and it cannot be below. It has to be higher. So it depends on how you sell yourself too. So we'll talk about that. Alright, so central service services are centralized and represent our care in one. Okay, now let's look at why the name central service. Okay. Once upon a time, you know, if you look at a hospital environment, remember I told you we have so many different units. Even within the health, the patient care unit, we have so many units. Like for instance, if you take Lincoln, we have, apart from OR, the operating room is our largest customer. But beside the operating room, which is the OR, the operating room, we have a lot of clinical areas. We have labor and delivery, which is okay, we have women's clinic, we have podiatry, we have ER, we have different clinical areas. Children's clinic, okay, we have, you know, a dog clinic with a gerontology. We have all kinds of clinical units performing all kinds of work. We have the dental unit, you know, we have the GYN clinic, right? All these clinics are caregiving areas. Long time ago, there wasn't any department called central service. Okay? Every unit did its own work, reprocessing. When the procedure is done, whatever, at the end of the day, the workers over there will do their own cleaning, do their own packaging, sterilize them, You know, like you go to a dental office, see how they do things, same way. So like if let's say you have about 50 clinics in a hospital, with each unit performing its own reprocessing. Come to think about it. Remember, you're going to need staff in the reprocessing. You're going to need what? Cleaning equipment. Okay? You're going to need sterilizers. And then you're going to need other utilities. So if let's say you have 50 clinics, those days, every clinic will need, let's say you are buying them one clinic, let's assume one cleaning equipment. How many cleaning equipment will you buy for this area, this hospital? 50. Okay, now let's look at sterilizers. Let's say you buy them just one per piece. About what? 50. Other utilities. It's going to be 50-50 each. Let's talk about staff. Let's assume that you have one person to work in the morning, one person to work in the afternoon, and one person at night. That's a 3 per unit, right? Times 50 is what? 150 staff. In Lincoln, my department, I have only 3 sterilizers, 1 ultrasound, 1 face sink arrangement, 3 washers. And yet I process everything for every area. And I have about 40. And the 40, they are all not tech. Some are my secretary, but other people who don't directly do the trade for me. But with this staff and with this support that I have, I'm in charge of every area of the hospital where caregiving takes place. You're going to see me there. You're going to see my product there. All the clinical areas, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for Mauritania. No Mauritania clinic, right? Yeah. I am responsible for Mauritania. Bevis Hospital. If you know Bevis, all the way there. I'm also responsible. And look at that. So, in terms of resources, saving resources. Don't you say that we've saved a lot of resources because we're doing it in one location? Okay, so somebody came up with this idea that because of duplication of all these resources, high cost involved, duplication of resources, and the fact that if you have 50 units and everybody is doing their own report, everybody does it his own or her own way. So there's inconsistencies in how the trades are being processed. The processes, the methods and the process these people follow is not exactly as this trend. So you have different inconsistencies in the process, which should not be. You should all have the same product. There should not be inconsistency in the price. It should be the same quality product across the board for everybody. So somebody came up with this idea that it will save us time, it will save us money, it will save us resources, okay, and then it will be able to deliver quality products, same products across the board. If we create one location, we are going to create one location, and all the process, you're going to, when you finish your job for the day, bring it to that central location, and they will do the reprocessing and send them what? Back to you. That's why they created the department. And because they said everybody should bring into a central location, they use the term what? Central. Which means they wanted the cleaning and all that. We're going to talk about the reprocessing in detail. They want reprocessing to be done at what? One central location. Alright? Under one what? Management. One director or manager. Using the same what? Processes across the board for everything that is being reprocessed in the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? Hence they chose the term what? Central. And why service? You remember I told you about that. In central service, we provide our customers with instruments, utensils, and what? Medical surgical supply. These activities of providing our customer with their needs or with what they need to do their job, by performing those activities, you are rendering what? Service. Service is anything that you do that satisfies a need, that meets a need. So if I'm thirsty right now, you ask to buy me a bottle of water, you've rendered what? Service to me. So by providing our customers with their instruments, their utensils, their medical surgical supplies, by performing those activities, we are rendering what? Service. So they chose the term central service. A central location where all instruments that are going to be used again will be sent, and they are going to be reprocessed in that central location for everybody across the board. And the name central service. So services are centralized. Reprocessing activities are carried out and defined under one system and one set of what? Standards. There's no inconsistency. This is doing that way, this one is doing that way. No. That's why they chose the term central service. Central service, the healthcare environment is one of the most regulated industries in America, apart from the nuclear industry. Because Americans are concerned with about what? Patient safety, quality of care. Yeah, these are rich people. Once you are rich, your next thing is what? You want to live longer to enjoy your whatever you have acquired. So Americans don't play with healthcare. And because of your focus on trying to provide quality healthcare to the patient, the industry is very regulated. I mean, I just came out from last week. I came out from Joint Commission survey, which is we will talk about that. But these are organized. It's a Joint Commission. That's one thing. We're going to talk more about it. But these are organizations, who provide us with standards and practices and recommended ways that they think we should do our job in order to be able to deliver what? Quality care to the patient. So our practices, the way we do our job, most of the way we do our job, most of them are from recommendations from these organizations. Commission, they are just focused. They want to make sure that hospitals in America live up to or perform their functions, up to certain national standards. And you need to be accredited. Accreditation means that you are viewed as being able to provide what? Quality products and services. In order to be accreditation means recognition. You are recognized that you meet national standards or goals. If you're not accredited, you have a lot. If you fail the accreditation survey of this Joint Commission, your hospital is a serious problem. We're going to talk more about that. And then this one, AAMI, the Association for Advancement of Medical Instrumentation. All the guidelines and best practices that we apply in doing our job is from this association, AAMI. And they have ST 79, standard 79, which is, sterile processing of surgical instruments in the healthcare facility. They're giving you all the guidelines, and that's what you need to follow to do your job. Okay. So all these guys, they all have standards and that they suggestions, recommendations on how best they think that we can deliver what quality supplies or tools to our customers. We're going to talk more about them in the course of the So I've already explained this to you. Service. Central service provides assistance with patient care by providing central service with all what you see here. There's one thing I forgot I left out, which is equipment. But these are the instruments is what I talk about. Utensils to what I explained to you, and the supplies of the medical surgical which are disposable. There's one area that I forgot, which is the equipment. You know, we have patient care equipment that, you know, like, you know, that it's used to assist patients, you know, during their care. And when it is used on one patient, when you move the equipment from one patient,